evening, everyone. So here it is. I got a question from one of our students here. So the question goes like this: the upper half of the inclined plane of inclination x. Actually, it was given as theta. I could not write theta, so I'm writing x, and is perfectly smooth. So the upper half of the inclined plane. So let's draw the situation over here. So I consider the situation over here like this. So here we go. So this is our inclined plane, what we are going to talk about. Let me change the colors here. So this is our inclined plane here. Okay. So this is what is our inclined plane. And let me draw the wedge over here. Yeah, this is the wedge, perfect right angle wedge is what the inclined plane we are talking about over here. So now let's see what happens. So it says that it's at an angle of theta. Okay, I could not write theta over here, so I have written x, no problem. It's theta what is given. And then they said that the upper half, that means this entire length, uh, so let me draw that this entire length, uh, so let me draw this is the entire length. Okay, so let's assume that this entire length is L. Okay, this entire length is L, and they said that the upper half is smooth, which means that lower half is rough. So to designate the rough surface, so I consider this is the midpoint. Okay, it's not so, but still, okay, we'll assume that this is the midpoint. Okay, right? That would be fine. So this half surface is rough over there. So the rough surface is having a coefficient of friction mu. Okay, so it has a coefficient of friction mu over here. Now let's see that there's a block over here on the top, and it starts sliding from rest. Okay, the initial velocity is 0, and it starts sliding, and then they said this half is about L by 2, and this is the smooth part, smooth surface, and then the coefficient of friction here on the smooth surface, this part is 0, and here the friction exists here in the lower half. The lower half is of length L by 2. This is the things which are given to us. And now we can solve this uh, coefficient of friction is what we have to find between the bottom half and the lower one. This is the one which we have to find. Okay, this can be solved by using the funda of work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. Okay, and now, so here we go. So when the block slides and reaches the bottom, at the bottom stage also it is at rest. Okay, so the final velocity is also 0. Okay, the initial velocity is 0 and final velocity is 0. And what does this work energy theorem says? Work done by the conservative force, right? What is the conservative force here plus work done by the non-conservative force, that is a frictional force. Okay, so that is equal to change in the kinetic energy. This is what it will tell us. So what is the conservative force here? It's the gravitational force which is acting on it, that is the conservative force. And now let's write the things here, and what are the forces acting on this. Is the normal reaction, this is how it will act. And here always on the wedge, I want you to remember this one. So it's always mg sine theta which will be working downwards, and the normal reaction n is equal to mg cos theta. These are the things what which are working. And because this normal reaction does no work, because the force and displacement are perpendicular direction. This is the direction of displacement. If I'll give it in a different color, so you can see that the displacement is in a different this direction. This is how the displacement is, and now you can see the angle 90 degrees over here. So the normal reaction does no work over there. So this is the funda and idea over here. So the normal reaction does no work, and it's a gravitational force which does the entire work. So the work done by the conservative force, that's the gravitational force, that happens to be, so I can write that, so it's the conservative force, so it's like mgl, the force and displacement both are in the same direction, so it is sliding along the length l, so it is nothing but force into displacement. This I can plug in, and here the force is the gravitational force. Okay, we write Fg times S, that's the displacement, and here the frictional force, small f. Okay, so that's what's the frictional force which is acting. It's the kinetic friction, because the object is moving, that is the kinetic friction, that is which is making the movement. And now the displacement in the friction comes in the halfway, so this is a different displacement, so that is like s by 2. So f bar, let's write f bar dot s bar, and this is the frictional force, and then displacement, that is halfway. And what about the kinetic energy part? So half mv square, that is a final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, right? Of mv initial square. But the initial velocity and the final velocity is equal to 0. So the kinetic energy term goes to 0 for you. So now let's see the gravitation. So that is nothing but your m is the mass of the block is mg sine theta times L it is. And now the frictional force, you see the block when it comes over here, the frictional force exactly acts in the opposite direction. So you get the negative sign, that's hence. So because it acts opposite to the direction of the displacement, so the kinetic friction, how do we find the kinetic friction? Kinetic friction, Fk is nothing but mu times the normal reaction. Okay, so the normal reaction here is, we know that it's mg cos theta, so it's like mu mg cos theta, but it starts from working from the halfway, so it is L by 2, that is equal to 0. And now that's pretty easy right now. So you have the mg sine theta times L is equal to mu mg cos theta times L by 2. So mg, let's cancel it. L also gets cancelled. So you can find mu as 2 sine theta by cos theta. That's tan theta, 2 tan theta for you. And I said theta is actually this. X is what we thought of. So as per the options, it's option A, which will come turns out to be. So that's mu is 2 tan theta. That actually what's the question provided to me, and I could not draw the theta somewhere here, so I put it as x over there. So that's 2 tan x. If it x is the inclination, if it's theta, that's 2 tan theta. Hope it's clear how to handle this. This question can be handled by using the concept of work energy theorem. Yeah, thank you all. So if you have any further doubts, please you can ask me.